So I grew up around radio my entire life. I remember going to the studios and stuff, and my dad teaching me how to edit on reel to reel. And back then we used the carts, the 8-track tape carts, we used to put in there and cue them up, and I would mess around and record things and just be goofy and stuff. And it was like my dream to be on air at Power 106. So I said, somehow, some way, I got to work my way up, and hopefully I can make that happen.
I was getting into roller skating, so I wound up, my first real paying job at 17 was a DJ at a roller skating rink in Newington, New Hampshire, called the Great Fox Roller Skating Rink. And that's what I learned about what they called slip disc and everything else.
Every once in a while, like when I was on active duty Army band, not when I was in the part-time or the Guard, because when you're in the Guard, if you're activated, it's because they want the band. But in full-time, sometimes they want a sound system with pre-recorded music, which is what a DJ does. And somehow I got picked one day to do it because I had a large library, and I was picked after that all the time. And that's sort of where I got the itch to start doing it. And then after I got out of the military, I met up with another individual. I ended up going back to school. He was another non-traditional student. And then we ended up starting to perform more karaoke shows, if you will, in bars and stuff around the area. So that's really where it got started, and then kind of kept growing and going from there.
For me, I learned everything by myself, and it was like I refused to ask for help. I knew a lot of DJs around, but like I was too stubborn to ever ask someone for help. So I figured, like, I learned this gift. It took me a lot of pain to figure it out. Why not share it with the world? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of just what I've been really, and because I didn't really have a job at all during COVID, mm-hmm. I figured, what else can I do? May as well try and help other DJs. If you join like the membership, you get the actual course online, and you can just go through it all by yourself. It's all instructional videos and how-tos, like how to mix, how to do like special blends, and then a lot of the business side. But me, I'm just kind of really getting into the business side myself, so mm-hmm. I'm just learning as well. Nice. So it's kind of just my journey, but I also like doing like a 4-hour-long workshop where it's like, this is exactly what you need to know and what you need to implement right now if you want to make 2021 like your craziest year ever.
So like right now, I still do a bunch of bars and clubs and stuff throughout here with DJ and whatnot. And then I leave my Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays if I feel like working. But normally I leave my Fridays and Saturdays open for any private events that come my way, whether it be weddings, private parties, receptions, anything like that, to where people want me, that it's not like going to be the same thing every week. And so like, when I first started, I would always be like, oh, I'm gonna book the whole month out with all bars, clubs, everything on the weekends. So I like knew where I was gonna be and be like, all right, I'm gonna get this much money throughout this weekend, I'm good to go. But now I've got my weeks in order enough to where I don't have to worry about Fridays and Saturdays and getting somewhere booked, like a private party or bar or club. And I have some places now where I can just show up and DJ, and I'll tell them, like, yo, I'll be here Saturday, or I won't be here Saturday. Be like, okay, that's fine. And I'll be like, I have a private event. And they're like, we know you do other stuff too, so it's okay. They don't worry about it as much.
Here in Hawaii, we're all about aloha, which means we show love. And so we're not used to just being distant. We're always used to saying, hey, what's up? How you doing? And all that kind of good stuff. And during this lockdown, it's just been one of the craziest moments for me, myself, and for many of my other colleagues that I know. Tensions get pretty high, because we do live on an island, like I mentioned, and we are so used to just being out, and we're not used to being home. But, like we mentioned, this whole COVID thing has just taught us a great lesson of just recognizing that time is more important than material stuff.
It's awesome. Yeah, last year my mantra was believe.
Yes. Yeah.
That was last year. This year, I have nothing. This side says believe, this side says, I don't know. We'll figure out what we're going to do on this side.
Yeah.
But it is about having fun. I mean, why would you hire a DJ if you don't want to have a good time? And I think now more than ever, as events are starting to pop up little by little and slowly as we climb the ladder and people want to celebrate. You know, I did a corporate event not too many months ago, back in November, where people came up to me and said, wow, you're the best DJ we've ever seen. And I'm like, that's because you haven't danced in 8 months. Of course I'm going to be the best DJ you've ever seen. But they wanted to have fun, right? They wanted to have a good time, and they got on the dance floor and they stayed in their circles, and it was cool, you know? So absolutely. And if you don't have fun, then you're in the wrong business. If it's not about fun, I mean, yeah, I'm your DJ, yeah, I'm Jodi. Yeah, okay. Then go work at a funeral home. Seriously.
It's picking up now. Well, I started, teaching the webinar, and it wasn't that I was hesitant about like educating the DJ community about it. So in my personal opinion, I feel like the best way that you grow as a person is when you can give back the information to others. Now, my webinar is not free. The DJs, they do invest into it. They have to pay for it, but it is usable information that they can take with them, apply it to their own brand, and get their own clients and, DJ. But what they don't realize is that you already have a market, especially if you've been in the industry for quite some time. You have an email list, you have a contact list, and I'm almost certain most of the people who they're connected with have never even thought of a Zoom party. So unless you as the artist, you introduce the idea, they would never know it exists.
This is the secret. This is the double, triple secret. If you really want your business to grow, and I learned this, literally spending $60 on Google can make your business grow. Once you officially register your business on Google, now you can start running Google AdWords. $60 a month will start building analytics for you.
The club is something that we've been working on for about 6 months now, when we've seen what was going on in the industry with all the parties, clubs, venues being shut down. And so I set out to create a new platform, which is a live streaming app that allows DJs to stream. We're fully licensed. We allow DJs to be able to play their music with no licensing issues. Even after when things go back to normal, we believe that the club is going to be a place that allows DJs to build their career and earn money and build their brand and their business on this platform. So we're super excited for that.